Jesus already described the people who will say no to the beast. In Matthew 24, Jesus described a specific group of people who would face the ultimate test of human history. And here's what should stop you cold. He described them in detail 2,000 years ago. You will be shocked when you discover the 7 characteristics Jesus gave us about those who will say no to the beast. Discovery 1. They hear what others ignore. Matthew 24:15-16 contains a detail most people skip right over. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Did you catch that parenthetical statement? Whoso readeth, let him understand. Jesus is saying that not everyone who reads this will understand it. Not everyone who sees the signs will recognize them. There's a difference between having information and having understanding. The people who refuse the mark won't be the ones with the most knowledge. They'll be the ones who hear what others explain away. When the abomination happens, most will rationalize it. It's just politics. It's for the greater good. It's temporary emergency measures. But the remnant will hear the spiritual alarm that others silence. Think about what's happening right now. Digital currencies are being tested globally. Biometric scanning is becoming normal. Social credit scores determine who can travel, work, or buy. And what's the response? It's just technology. It's for convenience. It's for our safety. But some people hear something different. They hear the machinery of control clicking into place. They recognize the infrastructure of the beast system being built, not because they're smarter, but because they're listening with spiritual ears. Here's the disturbing part. Jesus said, this ability to understand isn't automatic for believers. The phrase, let him understand, is an imperative, a command. It requires intentional effort. You have to choose to see what's comfortable to ignore. But hearing is just the first step. You must do something that goes against every human instinct. Discovery 2. They run when others rationalize. Look at Christ's next words in verses 17-18. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. This is absolute, immediate, no hesitation flight. Don't pack. Don't prepare. Don't even grab a coat. When the moment comes, you run. Period. But here's what human nature does. We rationalize delay. Let me just grab my important documents. I need my medication. What about my family photos? My children need their toys. Every second of delay is a second closer to capture. Jesus is describing people who've already decided that nothing they own is worth their soul. They've pre-decided to run. The decision isn't made in the moment of crisis. It's made right now, reading these words. Remember Lot's wife, Genesis 19:26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. One look back. One moment of longing for what was left behind. That's all it took. The people who refuse the mark won't look back because they've already counted everything as loss. I need you to understand something. This isn't about being prepared with bug-out bags and survival supplies. That's the opposite of what Jesus is saying. He's describing people who are prepared to lose everything instantly. No preparation, no provision, just obedience. The modern church preaches preparation. Stock food, buy gold, build bunkers. But Jesus says, run with nothing. Why? Because the people who refuse the mark trust God's provision more than their own preparation. Think about the psychology here. The more you have, the harder it is to leave. The family with 6 months of food stored will hesitate. The person with gold buried in the backyard will delay. The couple who spent years building their dream home will rationalize staying. But the remnant? They're already practicing. Every day, they hold things loosely. They view possessions as temporary tools, not permanent treasures. They're training themselves to run by living ready to leave. Here's what's terrifying. The infrastructure for instant tracking already exists. Your phone, your car, your smart TV, everything reports your location. When the Beast system activates, you won't have hours to decide. You might have minutes. Those who hesitate will be located, surrounded, and presented with the choice: mark or death. The people who say no to the Beast have already said yes to losing everything. They run not because they're cowards, but because they're obedient. And obedience in that moment will require something most humans find impossible: discovery. 3. They endure when others surrender. Matthew 24:13 makes a promise with a condition. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Endure. In Greek, it's hupomeno, literally meaning to remain under. Picture someone holding a massive weight above their head. Their muscles scream. Their body shakes. Every instinct says, drop it. But they remain under the weight. They don't shift it. Don't transfer it. Don't drop it. They remain. Jesus is describing people who can take supernatural amounts of pressure without breaking. Not just surviving, but maintaining faith while everything crushes down on you. Watching others take the mark and seem fine. They post videos on social media, which you can see on salvaged devices, showing their prosperity. I took the mark, and God still loves me. I'm still saved. These extremists are deceived. The theological questions torment you. If God is sovereign, why is evil winning? If we're His children, why are we suffering while the marked prosper? If His word is true, why does the false prophet's miracles seem more powerful than our prayers? Here's what Jesus understood when He said, "Endure unto the end." It's not one breaking point. It's thousands. Every day presents multiple opportunities to quit. The endurance secret. But here's what Jesus revealed. Endurance isn't about strength. It's about focus. Look at Hebrews 12:1-2. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before Him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. The remnant endures by looking through the temporary to the eternal. They focus not on the pressure, but on the promise, not on the weight, but on the reward. They develop what I call prophetic perspective, the ability to see current suffering through eternal eyes. Yes, they're losing everything temporal, but they're gaining everything eternal. Here's what should concern you. Endurance can't be developed instantly. It's built through progressive pressure. And right now, you're either building endurance or destroying it. Every time you fast, you build endurance. Every time you skip a meal for convenience, you weaken it. Every time you pray through difficulty, you build endurance. Every time you quit when prayer gets hard, you weaken it. Every time you stand for truth despite cost, you build endurance. Every time